Thank you so much for watching. We have been looking forward to this moment for a long time. We thought the feeling around it might be a little bit better, but I still take great delight that Jacinta Price is on her way towards the federal parliament as the next senator from the Northern Territory. Senator-elect, nice to talk to you, darling. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling really good. I always feel quite strong from a position, I guess, an underdog position where I know there's a lot of work to be done, and there's certainly a whole lot of people to hold to account going forward. But I'm feeling really strong. I'm feeling like I've got an incredible amount of support behind me, and I'm ready to get out there and fight on behalf of Australians. I think I think Australia will soon realise that they've just elected our Joe Biden to run the country, and they're just going to have to learn the hard way. But I'm certainly going to be there to hold them to account and to help pick up the pieces once we have to, when we get there.
Well, also, we obviously heard a lot about Albo's upbringing, and I've got to say I agree with what Richo wrote about how that it is an inspiring story, that somebody can go from Housing Commission eventually up to the Prime Ministership, right? What does it say to Indigenous girls in the Territory that if you are a Conservative, you too have a path? You don't have to tread the identitarian path that goes via the Labor Party and all of that, that free-thinking young Indigenous women have got a future in the Parliament.
Absolutely, they do. And you know what? I think they're starting to certainly realise that, especially in the bush now, particularly after this campaign, is that we're seeing a swing toward us in the bush, about 4.2% closing the margin in Lingiari. As we know, those results aren't confirmed yet. So that is still in play for us. And having been on the ground and had conversations with a lot of Indigenous people in remote communities, particularly young women, they're realising that, you do have a voice. You can use your voice. You can get there, and anything is possible. And that's what's remarkable. I think, look at my mum's own story, how she was born in the bush, grew up in a humpy, which is like a traditional sort of makeshift shelter. English was a third language to her, and she became a minister of the Crown. And now, of course, myself being her daughter, I'm going to be, I am a senator of the Northern Territory. So, yes, anything is absolutely possible, and that's what I certainly take away from this whole experience. And I want to continue to push. And of course, the incredible Warren Mundine and his wife came up to help over the last few days, and Warren and I, along with a number of other Indigenous Conservatives, are now going to make sure that we're encouraging other Indigenous Conservatives to be proud of who they are, and to stand firm and strong and know that there are a whole lot of us out there, and we're all prepared to stand by them, and that you don't have to belong to Labor just because you're Indigenous. It's a racial stereotype that we can smash.
Fantastic. The Prime Minister made it very clear a couple of times in his speech last night about the Uluru Statement, about not just a voice to Parliament, but making sure that it goes into the Constitution. Now, I understand the symbolism of all of it, but if it doesn't have a budget and it doesn't have control of anything, it is symbolism. He and his supporters will claim that this is a transformative bit of symbolism that we need. Have you been convinced by that argument?
Not one bit. Again, where do they say they're going to reduce the rates of domestic and family violence in remote communities? Where are they? Where is it they say they're going to reduce the rates of child sexual abuse in Indigenous communities? Where they're going to provide jobs in these little socialist communities that are out of sight and out of mind, and provide economic development opportunities? Where does any of this say it's going to accomplish these sorts of things and bring Indigenous people in remote communities into the modern world like the rest of Australia, like those who are sitting proudly in their seats now? Where are they going to create the same opportunities that their children are having for those people who are out of sight and out of mind? That's what I want to know. That's what I'm interested in. I'm interested in fixing those really critical problems, not being the champion of some other symbolic gesture, and so they can go down in history to say that they provided the opportunity for a voice to Parliament and those sorts of things. I've said it over again. It could be very likely that we might have 3 Indigenous women from the Northern Territory in federal Parliament. No doubt there will be other Indigenous people elected into Parliament that don't have to be a voice to Parliament because they're actually in Parliament. And they should be doing their jobs, not just for marginalised Indigenous Australians, but for all Australians as well, to prosper and to have, a great life in a very lucky country, because that's what it's all about. So, yeah, I'm not interested in these symbolic gestures anymore. I'm really not interested. I'm interested in practical ways forward.
I can't wait for the next 6 years of what you're going to do. Enjoy every moment of it. We're going to cheer you on all day, every day. You're going to be our favourite person in Canberra without question. And I know that's going to annoy a lot of other people, but we're so proud of you. We're so happy for you and we're so thankful for you, Jacinta. Congratulations, darling.
Thank you. And thank you to all the wonderful Australians out there who have had my back throughout all of this. I really appreciate it. And I look forward to getting stuck into Parliament for you and fighting on behalf of all of us and putting a few people in their place.